G'day and welcome to the Snow Show.
This is the show about snow.
Driving to the Alpine resorts can be a relatively scary experience, but if you're well prepared, it can actually be a lot of fun. And in this series, Marcus has given us a few driving tips just to make it that little bit easier.
Absolutely, Charlie. You know, when it's raining down in the valley, it's going to be dumping with snow up top. Oh, I can't wait to hit the slopes.
But you know, that can actually frighten some people to be driving to the resorts in a rainstorm, even worse, a blizzard. You know what? I've got a secret weapon.
Yeah, whatever, Charlie. In today's show, we're going to take you to lots of exciting snow destinations around the world across 3 countries and 2 continents. But first, let's head up to Falls Creek and meet Australia's next Olympic gold hopeful, Torah Bright.
I'll show you, Ramona.
Yeah, whatever. You go get your secret weapon. I'm going to fill up.
Meet one of the hottest commodities in extreme sports and Australia's best prospect for the Torino Olympic Winter Games. This is the #1 ranked female snowboarder in the world for halfpipe, Torah Bright. Torah's good looks and marketable personality has made her one of the most photographed snowboarders in the world. But let's face it, Torah's biggest asset is her huge amount of talent. I caught up with her at Falls Creek during the Star Wars event.
So, Torah, to be so good at such a young age, you must have been able to snowboard before you could walk. How old were you when you started?
I started snowboarding when I was 11, but I'd been on skis since I was 2 years old.
So to practice all your tricks, do you get on a trampoline or on a water ramp, or what do you do?
Sometimes on a trampoline, yeah, just to, you know, practice, you know, and what way to look and how to drop the shoulder or, you know, stuff like that. But otherwise, the best thing is to try it on snow.
You just go out there and do it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I saw you hitting that big kicker today. Were you nervous?
No, not really. I was a little frustrated that I kind of got to it a little too late, that I couldn't, you know, get in there and do something on it. So
it was a bit chopped up by the time you got to it.
Yeah, the guys had killed it already.
You're incredible. I can't believe you just go and hit that. That's amazing. So, Torah, being on the road all the time and being a professional snowboarder, what is the best thing you have to say about your lifestyle?
Meeting lots of different interesting people and experiencing amazing cultures, I'd have to say is the best thing. Let's see, Japan was definitely an eye-opening one. They give you a plate of, you know, pretty much almost live fish, so...
Did you eat it?
No. No. Where else? Just all through Europe, like there's so much diversity through there. We're all close together, so I don't know, it's awesome.
Torah fits right in with the boys and can session the park with the best of them. There's definitely an element of risk in extreme sports, so injuries must be a common part of competitive snowboarding.
My worst is a severed tendon in my finger, which is kind of bizarre.
Oh.
But yeah, that was just a silly thing.
How did you do that?
I was at Mount Hood at a summer snowboard camp and just riding down end of the day, and everybody was like, rock, rock, and I came around this corner and there was this little rock about this big, and I just caught my edge on it and scorpioned my way into tendon surgery.
Oh, ow. So you're working towards the 2006 Olympics?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck in that, by the way.
Thank you.
How long do you see yourself competing in snowboarding for?
We'll see. You know, sometimes I'm like, early retirement would be nice, you know, but it's such a good opportunity for me, you know, and I'm, you know, making good money at 17 years old, so I don't know, and I'm having fun at it, and that's the most important thing.
Well, you could retire now if you wanted, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I've only just begun.
Exactly. So we expect to see you still out there riding in like 10 years to come?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
This is one talented athlete we'll be seeing a lot more of in the future. Best of luck, Torah, in winning gold at the next Winter Olympics.
You know, when the going gets rough, I like to use this stuff.
What is this stuff?
This makes the bad weather disappear.
Yeah, right, Charlie.
Well, actions speak louder than words, Ramona. You'll see. I'm going to apply this on my half of the windscreen, and as we drive up the mountain, we'll just wait and see what happens. Huh?
Okay.
Check this out. It's like turning night into day.
I know, you can totally see the difference between this side and this side. That's awesome. Keep watching the snow show. And you keep watching the road.
Now it's time for another tip to help with your driving in the snow. Last time we looked at what to do when you get stuck. This time we're looking at the long drive home. Now it's been great out there skiing and snowboarding, but all good things must come to an end and it's time to go home.
For most Australians, it's at least a 3-hour drive home, and that's made even more difficult after a big day on the slopes with all the thrills and spills.
Oh yeah, it's great to share the adventure, but it's also great to share the journey home. Swap drivers frequently so no one person gets fatigued.
While Marcus is driving the first leg home, I'm going to jump in the back of the X-Trail and watch my favourite TV show.
Another source of fatigue is dehydration, so make sure you have some water for the journey home.
And if you're driving all alone and that yawn comes over you, we all know to pull over and take a nap.
Think about this when you're stressed and or tired. It is proven that a fatigued driver will accept a lower standard performance and correspondingly a higher degree of risk than a non-fatigued driver. Dangerous combination.
Well, that's it for all the driving tips, most of which are common sense.
Keep enjoying the snow and keep the spirit.
Deep powder is what we all love and search for. This year, the Snow Show was lucky enough to find plenty of it across 3 continents. Here's a wrap-up of the season that was and the fresh turns that came with it. Our adventures this year started where all powder safaris should, Hokkaido, Japan's snow-laden North Island. First stop was Furano, the geographical centre of Hokkaido. We revelled in deep dry snow and beautiful sunshine. This place gets close to 3 metres of snow each month, and with 11 lifts including a 101-person tramway to get you around its 1,000 odd metres of vertical, Furano seemed to be an untouched powder paradise.
Next up was Rizutsu, the Disneyland of Japanese ski resorts, Hokkaido's largest single-owned ski area. During summer, it's an amusement park. Over winter, it's a 1,700-hectare fresh snow bonanza. We had a lot of fun just off the groomed runs. I attempt to ride powder switch. We couldn't get enough of this place, so thankfully we could even ride powder well into the night.
Our final Hokkaido resort was the deepest and most well-known of all powder destinations, Niseko. Spread across 4 resort areas and serviced by over 30 lifts, this place lived up to a very big reputation. It seemed to snow constantly, which suited us just fine. Hitting the area known as Strawberry Fields with our Aussie buddy Caroline Ross, we played in waist-deep powder for hours. However, skiing and boarding wasn't the only way to enjoy the deep, deep powder. Jumping on snowmobiles and tearing up powder up to your windshield was a blast.
Charlie, check it out. You've totally fogged up your side window.
Don't worry, Ramona. I've got Rain-X anti-fog on the front windscreen. We're going to be able to see all the way to the top.
Keep watching for the very best of the snow show.
We left Charlie and Niseko with Caroline, while Ramona and I headed to Nagano, back on the mainland of Japan and home of the 1998 Olympic Winter Games. Here the mountains are big, the sun shines, and the backcountry skiing seems to go on forever and ever. we'll be visiting the Japan Alps again. While in Nagano, we caught up with some distant relatives. Even though we may be a little further up the evolutionary ladder, we all seem to enjoy the same things: snow and hot springs.
Just threw snow at me, did you see that?
It was see you later, Marcus, as Ramona and I left the legendary Japanese powder and headed to British Columbia on Canada's west coast. First up, we hit North America's newest and wildest resort, Kicking Horse. Steep chutes, reliable powder, and hellacious vertical combined to give Ramona and myself a hair-raising few days. This is a big resort on a big mountain with a big future. Just south of Kicking Horse was Panorama Mountain Village, where we explored their highly famed Tate and Bowl expansion. I took a really close look.
You right, Charlie?
Yeah, but the skin's up there. While everyone else enjoyed the awesome tree-lined terrain. Panorama is also home to the RK Heli-Ski Complex. Where Ramona and I found some late-season powder high in the Purcell Mountain wilderness. A quick flight west to our final Canadian stop, Apex Mountain Resort, one of British Columbia's best-kept secrets. "40 centimetres of fresh snow greeted our arrival, giving us some of the best powder BC had seen all season. Ramona and I love this place, especially the backcountry steeps on Secondary Ridge. However, it wasn't just the fresh snow. The notorious Gun Barrel Saloon is an Apex must. Flamin' coffees and really friendly locals. Japan seems to be on the lips of every skier and snowboarder, so if you would like to sample the snow in Hokkaido, then here is a deal to make your dreams come true with Ski Max. Ski Niseko, the powder capital of the world, from $1,899 per person, which includes return flights to Sapporo, return airport transfers, 7 nights accommodation in a 2-bedroom apartment at the Tyrol Apartments, and a 6-day lift pass. Conditions apply. Don't let a fantastic opportunity like this pass you by. Call Ski Max on 1300 136 997 or visit skimax.com.au. Check this out, Ramona. Rain-X even works in the snow.
Keep watching for the very best of the snow show.